Hey guys, Lego News here. Welcome to the second Spider-Man No Way Home Showcase video. And here I have Wilem Dafoe's Green Goblin. Now, Electro will be his own separate video, which I'm not too happy about, but even though the movie has been out for a few days now, and I just watched it yesterday and I loved it. You can watch my non-spoiler review. And I think there's something on here, something. But we're still celebrating the release for the movie because, like I said in my review, this is the greatest movie of all time. And so, yeah, let's get started. So out of all the figures to make for No Way Home, Green Goblin was the most challenging to make, and you can see that there's a lot going on with this figure. So starting off with the helmet. The base was a knockoff Invincible Iron Man helmet that I sculpted the ears, and of course I had to sculpt on the front to prevent the ears from breaking off, and I had to apply multiple thick layers of glue and so that it won't crack and break. And you can see all of the detail that was painted, and my god, I love the way the detail turned out. And I actually had a pretty fun time painting the helmet. The eyes and the mouth were basically just pieces of cardstock that I glued on and just painted because painting those shapes were not fun, and so I decided just to go this route, which I think it turned out pretty good. The top here was originally going to be purple based on a fan design, which I decided not to do that, which makes the figure a little bit more cleaner. And I know the shape is not accurate, it's just I had to make that one sacrifice because the helmet shape is such an odd shape that it's impossible for me to sculpt something like that with what I have, which I use a $1 air dry clay, which is not really the thing to use for sculpting. Just recommending that. Don't use cheap air dry clay to sculpt Lego figures. Just don't do that. That's a terrible idea. Now I do have an alternate head for the Green Goblin, which it did appear in the movie by the time we were recording this video. I already watched No Way Home. My review on it was already on my channel. I recommend go check that out. And I do have a painted face along with the hood. And I mean, it works. It works pretty well. I especially liked how the face turned out. That's actually one of my best painted faces along to Doc Ock. Maybe I can just get that. Maybe you can just see that. Sorry with the poor lighting. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good painted face I did there. And actually, it was actually kind of good. The hood is just a standard hood piece that I basically just cut off the middle section here, just for not to look awkward. I recently cut that part recently. I recently cut it off. And I do have a painted hair piece for Norman. I know the shape is not really accurate, but it was all I was able to work with. I mean, it works, man. It works. And before we can move on to the rest of the figure, I did make some things out of cardstock, that being the rip-offs, clothing, or I don't know what the Green Goblin's wearing. I think he's wearing a hoodie jacket that he ripped up, I think. I don't know. And that goes like that. And it works. Painting that in purple, which the purple I used for this figure is very vibrant and was kind of thick to work with. You see all the paint detail around there. And I do have some painted wrinkle marks on this area as well. Now we can get this off. Let's get all of this off and take the pumpkin bomb away and just talk about the figure itself. So the torso armor was sculpted along with the scarf right here. The scarf was sculpted along with the torso armor. The torso armor is not fully accurate, but I did my best to basically get a accurate-ish shape, if that makes sense. I also did paint a bit of purple on the torso armor here, so it doesn't look like a weird thing on here. And this scarf is sculpted on the back as well. The arms do have some sculpted shoulder pads, which I kind of made a really stupid mistake where I literally had the shoulder pads drying, so I applied a thick layer of black paint and a thick layer of metallic green, which it started tearing away, and I messed up a arm, which was not fun. And I had to redo that. Sorry about my sister in the background. And you can see the detail right there, along with a 3D piece. Also, just to mention, by the way, that all the armor pieces are in metallic green, and the undersuit is in a dark green color. And you can clearly see by that. I'm just trying to fix up the lighting. The legs do have some painted detail on. Like I said, same thing. All the armor pieces are in metallic green, and your suit is dark green. Actually, I had a fun time painting these designs here. That was actually kind of fun. The knee pads are 3D pieces. You can see by that. The side legs do also have some 3D pieces as well. Are painted in gold, which I think he does have like some gold, like goldish, like striping on the suit. I don't know what that is. Just showing you all the sides of the legs. The detail on the legs do wrap around all four sides. And we can talk about the back, which, my God, dude, the back is easily the best part of this figure. And I basically spent like 2 hours just painting the back. It does have 3 pieces on the back right here, like these middle pieces and these 2 side sections. And now this suit was inspired by the Sam Raimi suit, just with more purple. I just didn't want to be all green, and just to make the figure a bit more vibrant and make it look a bit more interesting, it does have some purple areas here and there. The hands are purple, which I am happy about, just that's my opinion, along with some simple paint hand detail on there, which is pretty nice. And now we can talk about the pumpkin bombs. Now, this was the first pumpkin bomb that I made. I mean, it's not size accurate, and like if I put it on the minifigure's hand, the paint on the hand's gonna rub off, but I'm gently just gonna put it on here. And then when I saw, like, a guy on social media use a microphone piece, which was basically size accurate to the pumpkin bomb, I found one and just chopped up the bottom a bit and painted it like in a vibrant orange, and you can see the detail that's painted on there. And it's actually pretty size accurate, and it works with the figure. It goes with the figure pretty well. Now we can talk about the glider, which I literally spent like weeks painting the glider because I was like focused on the figure itself, and I can just zoom out. The glider is very inaccurate, but I kind of want to do my own design, and it was inspired by the 2003 Green Goblin glider. And I just painted so much detail on this glider. You just take one good look at this, and it's just a set of lines. There's so many lines on this glider that I literally spent like weeks painting every single bit here. Like the point here, like the tip here was painted. The bottom of it was painted. It does have like these things here that I think he shoots. I think he dark miniguns on them. I really don't know, man. It does have the thrusters here. Now I know the Green Goblin's glider has like a bit more of like, I really don't know what the shape of Green Goblin's glider is. I know what the shape is, but like it's hard to describe it. And of course, there's Green Goblin on his glider, ready to kill someone close to Peter. I'm not spoiling the movie for you. Just go watch it for yourself. It's an incredible movie. And yeah, there you go. Wilem Dafoe's Green Goblin. And Wilem Dafoe's Green Goblin, man, is God tier casting. Is God tier. Like, he is literally Green Goblin. Like I said with Doc Ock, Wilem Dafoe is the embodiment of the Green Goblin. I'm not even kidding. Wilem Dafoe can just give off that goblin smile, which is just so menacing and so scary to look at, and I love it. So yeah, there you go, the Green Goblin. So anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for Wilem Dafoe's Green Goblin. Please let me know what you thought. Please let me know what you think of this figure, because this is my best figure to date. It's like one of the best figures I've ever made. And it was definitely the hardest one for me to make. So I would really appreciate if you tell me what you think of this figure down below in the comment section. The Electro Showcase, I'm going to try to get it out as soon as possible. I'm just going to give this video a bit more time to breathe, so I know you can get enough views and that type of stuff. But yeah, that's going to be it. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and go check out my shorts, because they're my best videos on my channel. So yeah, this is Lego News, signing out.